Okay, so we're back. We're in the bottom of Platinum right now. We ground up to that offline, and we're just before the end of the season, so there's really no consequences for losing here. So I thought it would be a good time to try out some new decks. Here we're trying the Temur Reclamation deck that 5-1 at the Magic Fest this past weekend. So this hand looks good. We don't have red mana, but we can probably scry our way into it with the Temple. We have our ramp, we have our Reclamation. And we do have Scorching Dragonfire eventually to deal with their sacrifice shenanigans. I think I'll play the Breeding Pool, because that brings in the Castle Vantress untap next turn, and then I can get the Temple down for free on turn 3. Oven is not what we want to see, unfortunately. So we'll say go. Could have shocked in to have Dragonfire available, but I feel like I'm going to cast Growth Spiral 100% of the time on this turn. So it makes sense to just save the 2 damage. Next, so we can Growth Spiral in the Temple of Mystery, shock in the Stomping Ground for Wilderness Reclamation, and have the Dragonfire available next turn. Golden Familiar kind of sucks to see, because now they have Cat Oven. But hopefully once they tap their Oven on my turn, we'll be able to Dragonfire whichever of these things they don't sacrifice. What do we want to see? Probably just land would be nice. Yeah, I'm not going to say no to land when we have Reclamation and Expansion Explosion. So, hopefully they sacrifice the Scorpion, but certainly they'll sacrifice the cat. If they bring back the cat, I'm happy. Yeah, okay. We'll definitely Dragonfire that into turn. That was a bit of a mistake from the opponent. Could have expansioned that to get both of them, but I want to save that explosion for a big Wilderness Reclamation turn. Smutty Reveler is fine. It kind of annoys me that Mystical Dispute keeps lighting up as though you can cast it now. Even if I didn't have the opt, it would still stop and ask me if I wanted to cast Mystical Dispute, which is irritating. We can be a little greedier. We have our land. We'll probably draw more. Yeah, again. Yeah, that's a land that we want. I guess we had one already. So they have the Oven up. I guess I'll just scry. Okay, another Expansion Explosion is interesting. Shark Typhoon is not great because they have Claim the Firstborn, but I do think I want another Explosion. Here we'll counter just about anything that they play. Yeah, we'll counter that. So this guy's playing Lurrus. I know some decks were getting rid of Lurrus and putting Mayhem Devil back in, which seems to me to be much stronger with all the graveyard hate that's going around. I'll mute that 1 second. Alright. Maybe I'll cast another oven here. No. Alright, so on their end step, after they tap their oven, I'll probably cast a big explosion. You can even probably explosion in their face. What do we have? We have 11 total mana, which means we can explosion their face for 7. Probably draw another Wilderness Reclamation. Yeah, and in fact, I can't pass because they might just pass themselves without cracking the oven and waste all this mana. So I think we're okay taking 5 next turn and trying to go for the win. Especially if we can pull a Storm's Wrath. So we can nail their face for 7, and that's probably fine. Alright. We do want the extra land. Uro can safely go into the bin. I don't think Negate is going to do very much for us here. So if they don't kill us this turn, then we're, well, alright. Maybe we're not okay. Or maybe we're really not okay. Okay, so we can bring back Uro and get a blocker on the field. And then hopefully they tap out again so we can kill the cat. And Uro will hopefully get us enough land on the battlefield to cast a lethal expansion explosion. Alright. So what to do? We definitely go to our end step. And we can tap this mana. So we can make a giant shark. We can make an 8/8 shark. And if they can't kill us next turn, then we win. But then they can claim the firstborn, that shark, if they rip it off the top. So what else can we do? We can hold it and cast a 6/6 shark on their end step, which is probably a little better. Yeah, that's safer. Because we'll still have enough juice for lethal. Pass with this extra 2 mana up, and if they use both ovens, then we can Dragonfire. They do have this annoying Scorpion, which if it dies will do 2 to us, and they can sacrifice that at any time with the Witch's Oven. So we're at effective 5. Effective 4. If they don't use these ovens, then we basically need to bite on the Dragonfires. Sure. Okay. We'll give them a chance to bring... No, we'll cast the Dragonfire now on the Scorpion and hopefully convince them that we don't have another one in hand, which would make them bring the cat back. Yep, and that's exactly what they do. So we are thrilled to see that. And now we can say go. Cauldron Familiar. That's really annoying. So we're down to 2. Wow, we're actually dead. Yeah, I think we're actually dead here. That's really, really frustrating. Alright. We'll have to draw with the Chemister's Insight and see what we see. There is an Ether Gust left in the deck, which would win us the game. A 1 of. No, we can Explosion. We can Explosion on the Rixmati Reveler, which is a guaranteed live through the turn. Yeah. Alright, is that good enough? So that's 9. We cast it for 4, that leaves up 5, and we get 18, 23. They're not quite dead. They're tapped out. If we kill the cat, then it can't come back next turn. If we attack with Uro and get untapped land, then we've got him. So let's start with that. Not quite. Oh, but now we can shock this in. And they didn't block, which is also bizarre. So now we've just got him in spades. That's 16, 26. I don't think our opponent played that particularly well. Alright. So, what did we see out of these guys? We saw an act of treason in the graveyard. Kaya's ghost form. Yeah. So probably we want more board wipes. Another Scorching Dragonfire would be very good. Ether Gust seems okay. The Negate seems bad. I feel like the Chemister's Insights aren't great. I feel like given the choice between Chemister's Insight and Thassa's Intervention, I probably prefer Thassa's Intervention by a little bit, because it turns into a counter once we ramp. We're going to draw more cards than these guys, than this guy will anyway. What can they bring in against us? They can bring in their own Ether Gust. No, they don't have blue. I don't think they can bring in much against us. Probably cool it on the Shark Typhoons. If we get to the point where we can make a big shark, then we probably win anyway. And Mystical Dispute seems bad. So maybe we keep one of the Chemist's Insights and get rid of the Mystical Disputes. Do I want Bone Crusher Giant? I don't think so. It's just another Claim the Firstborn target for them. They might board those out, but they saw Uro. They probably want to take him if they can. Yeah, okay. We'll go with this. I'm not sure what's best. Sure. Opponent mulligans. You love to see it. I think they mulliganed, right? Yeah. I mean, effectively they didn't because of the stupid companion. But, oh boy. Are we up against Cat Oven turn 1? I think I'll get the Shockland out of the way. I thought about playing the island to keep up Opt, but I don't want to have to shock to play Growth Spiral. Croxa. I think we can get rid of the Shark Typhoon for now. I do want the Opt. The Opt could be anything. It could even be a Shark Typhoon. Alright. We'll say go. We can Growth Spiral into Opt now. Got the Oven. Irritating. Uro. Okay. So that makes me feel a little bit better about not playing a Shockland here. So we can Opt. And then we can play Uro next turn and get the Shocklands in that way. I think we're done with Growth Spiraling now. Alright. Opponent sacrifices their cat at the weirdest time. If they bring it back, that's a mistake, because I can go land, Scorching Dragonfire here. I mean, in fact, that could still happen. Uro could grab it off the top. No, just a Storm's Wrath. So we don't have double red to cast that Storm's Wrath, or the Explosion, for that matter. Opponent hasn't done anything yet. I assume Lurrus will come down? Just the 3/2 lifelinker? Oh, they Spectacle the Rixmati Reveler. Alright. I mean, that's double red. I think I'll shock in the Stomping Ground and try to play for a big Thassa's Intervention end of their turn, to pull a Wilderness Reclamation, and hope they play Lurrus, and if they do, then I can Storm's Wrath once that happens. I'm leery of putting Uro back on the battlefield because of Claim the Firstborn. Okay. Come on, play your Lurrus. Oh, they can't? Oh, no, they can. They have double black. That's fine. Come on, play it. Do it. Do it. I see you hovering it. Okay. Really? Wow. Big brain plays. Again, not sure why they do this on their end step. If they use both ovens here, then the Storm's Wrath kills everything and they don't have any food. We have enough expansions. I guess Scorching Dragonfire plus expansion is pretty good if they tap both ovens. And I guess I'd prefer an explosion to an Ether Gust. A little unfortunate there was no land there. So I think I can expansion Storm's Wrath. I hope they just bring back both cats. They've shown a willingness to do that. I could also Scorching Dragonfire and then bring back Uro. But I don't think that gets us very much. I want them to play into this. They don't use the oven. Wow, good play, opponent. Alright, so here I think I will do the Dragonfire expansion play. Force them to use both ovens, and then they can just sacrifice the cats, right? I think we still do this, and we can target the cat, I guess. Let them resolve both ovens, maybe. Expansion this. And I'll target the Scorpion. I guess I'll target the Reveler. I think this is a pretty bad play, actually. Okay, Lurrus is okay. We can cast Storm's Wrath on that. So we can scry, and if we can use Uro, if we can scry an untapped land to the top, we can Uro and Storm's Wrath. We can still cast the Uro and hope for a Storm's Wrath play. Actually, do I want to do that, or do I want to just Storm's Wrath? Storm's Wrath lets them bring back Kroxa. Let's just make them deal with Uro. Not convinced I'm playing this game well. If they have claimed the Firstborn, then it's a blowout. Okay. But I will definitely cast Storm's Wrath now. And they can bring back Roxa, and that's okay. Hopefully they don't have, like, shock. So the 2 ovens represent 2 damage per turn. Croxa... Right? Yeah, it's 2 damage per turn. The extra cat doesn't. Okay. Alright. They should probably attack with both cats here. No. So I don't think we can hold back. Uro blocks at most 1 damage and attacking gets us 3 health. So we'll attack first, see what we draw. This gets us up to 10 mana. So we can cast an explosion on their upkeep, kill the priest. They're on 28 life. Let's see how they block. Maybe they'll block with the priest. No. All right. So right now we have an explosion for 5. We'll see if they bring back the cat end of turn. If they do, we'll kill the priest in response. Otherwise, we can kill it on their upkeep, and it'll come back summoning sick. Alright. And let's make them tap the other oven. They don't. Alright, well then let's not let them attack. I really want to draw these cards off the explosion now. Yeah, I think we're getting outplayed this game. I think we'll probably just have to explosion face and see what we can do. The ghost form on the priest is certainly annoying. So we can explosion the priest and save 2 damage from the cats here. If they sacrifice it. If they don't sacrifice it, then we keep Uro. Yeah, I hate this, but I think this is what we're going to have to do. Or are we more likely to win if we shock their face for 5? I think we have to make them do this. Definitely have to go over this game. Okay. There's the Wilderness Reclamation. Alright, so Wilderness Reclamation gets us effective 18 mana, which is not quite enough for our explosion. How many cards do we have in the bin? 4. I don't think there's a world where we don't start with Wilderness Reclamation. And we can opt for a cantrip to see if we can bring back Uro this turn. No, another Wilderness Reclamation sounds pretty good. So we have two, 3, 15, 27 potential damage here. So if we had shocked their face, we'd be winning. It's a good one. Four, 26, 22. I don't want to use my timeouts on this, but okay. So this is 5, 11, 14. Let's cast this for 10, I guess. Ah, it should have. I wish it had left red. Scorching Dragonfire is obviously what we want, and the second one is pretty good. So here, take the Priest, and if they tap the Oven in response, we can Dragonfire and Expansion it to kill the Cauldron Familiar. Alright. Killing one cat doesn't really do it, right? We need both. So if they bring back the cat, we take 1 down to 5, we take 2 damage, and then 2 more from the Oven, and we're down to 1 and still gonna win. So let's let them, let's give them a chance to make the mistake here. They do. So we can take this opportunity to exile both. Let's scry now and see if we can put another expansion explosion on the top. We can't. The problem is now Kroxa comes back and we don't have a non-land to discard. So I think actually we just do nothing here. And if they attack us and sacrifice both kittens, then we're down to 1, right? So we take 2 down to 3, sacrifice it, bring it back, down to 2, sacrifice, bring it back, down to 1, and then we can expansion them next turn. But we do need to hold the Scorching Dragonfire for when they play Kroxa. So we can still have the expansion explosion to kill their face next turn. They're on 31. Can we even kill them? I'm gonna find out. This one's for all the marbles. Can they kill us? So this is 13 times 3. So we have 35 total damage with the explosion. Come on. Okay. Oh, we are dead. If they sack the... Okay, well, we were dead. If they had sacrificed the Kroxa there, they would have had 2 food and a Cauldron Familiar in the bin. And they could have sacrificed both foods with full control, and we would have died. As it is now, I don't think we're dead. Unless they have, like, shock or one other point of damage. But opponent missed lethal there. Alright. So sloppy game, but an interesting one. Gonna have to take a look at that, because I'm sure it was played badly. But good game, opponent.